If you guys are wondering what it's like working with an agency that scales e-commerce brands, I thought it was a good idea to break down our entire workflow to share with you so that you have an understanding of what it's like working with us or other companies if you're looking to hire an agency. Want to make sure things are meticulous, planned out, and being communicated with you. And so I wanted to give you a behind the scenes look of what our onboarding process is. Hey guys, my name is Chris Marrano, founder of Blue Water Marketing, an agency that scales e-com brands from 6 and 7 figures to 8 figures within a very specific time frame. We do that through paid media, Google and Facebook ads, email marketing, and creative production. And so like I said, what I'm hopping into is a truly behind the scenes of our onboarding process so that you know what to look for when you're hiring an agency or what to expect when you hire us. Without further ado, let's hop right into things. So there are a few things that come into play. First step is our discovery call. And if you want to schedule one of those, click the link down below, speak to one of our team members. If you don't, you're still interested, hop into the discovery call. So the discovery call is honestly, it's going to be with me because I like to vet everybody that comes through before giving them to my team to make sure we actually are the right fit to be able to scale a brand. That incorporates discussing proof of sale, revenue, what your products are, your margins, really some of the financial metrics behind a successful brand. Within that, we're starting out by looking at this document, and this happens within our discovery call. I want to know what your average order value is, your lifetime value, if it's applicable, your cost of goods. So how much money does it take to get your product delivered to you, not the customer? From there, we want to take into consideration the 2.99% credit card fees, your merchant fees, if you're using a 3PL or a pick and pack, your fulfillment cost per unit, all of these different things to determine your total cost of your product and your cost to fulfill, meaning delivered to your customers. Super important. You can't just look at your COGS of products. You have to look at how much money it costs you to deliver your product. So from there, we're able to determine your cost per acquisition to break even in your ROAS. From here, we want to start to forecast out your financial metrics because at the end of the day, no one wants to be in business to lose money. We want to make you money. So this part of the discovery call is an idea of our ROAS target, your ad spend. All of the fees get pre-populated into this document, and we're going to be able to estimate your projected profit before your OPEX or your fixed expenses. You might be wondering, well, what about my fixed expenses? Because I need to get paid. Everyone needs to get paid. So we're putting all these metrics in here. And from there, we are looking at a rather dumbed down P&L. So this is going to be e-commerce revenue gross, returns, discounts. And then from here, how many employees you have, your average salary, giving us your total salary expenses, your advertising costs, which means these numbers over here, your digital ad spend, office supplies, whatever, rent, etc., to project out your EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, and appreciation. All of this is discussed prior to, because we want to know that we have a foundation in which we are going to be able to scale a business. So you sign up with us. We go through a 42-page proposal document with you. Pricing, we have fixed pricing. No crazy costs, no this or that. Standard fixed pricing. You decide, hey, I want to sign up. From there, we go into our onboarding document. And this is where I want to make sure you guys are super understanding about what it should look like to hire an agency, how important the details are, and how important communication is. And so in our onboarding deck, quick who we are, what is the process, how we stay on track. You've signed the contract, you have paid the invoice, day one onboarding. We have a rather detailed Google form, 4 different sections, basic stuff on top. Who are we talking to? Main points of contact, any third-party vendors, etc., etc. From there, we're going into financial performance, target audience analysis, and mapping your business stages. This is homework for you. This is the first step in creating a successful campaign to grow your business. Each of these items have agendas, setting expectations, initial client inputs, key touch points, and what our goal is. From here, this is week 1. So we had our onboarding call. Now we're going to week 1. Week 1, the objective is devoted to deep diving into your brand. This is mostly the heavy lifting for my team. You filled out your questionnaire. Now we're going into strategy and brief development, our internal kickoff with all of the team members who will be working on the account, thorough review of the questionnaire, creative planning, ideation review, and then we also highlight, hey, these are the things that we're going to need from you: feedback and insights and brand assets, meaning everything that you have needs to be dumped into our Google Drive folder. So we have our objective and outcome for week 1. By the end of week 1, we aim to have a clear strategic direction for your marketing campaign, encompassing all elements from email automation to dynamic ad creation for social media and search engine marketing. If you guys are finding this useful, if you're like, wow, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, I want to hire these guys, click the link down below. Schedule a call with me. And if not, you want to keep watching, I would appreciate it if you hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, and let's keep going. From here, we're going into content creation. So by the end of week 2, we aim to have creative assets and content strategies approved, setting the stage for production and fine-tuning in preparation for campaign launch. Again, all of these different items over here: content creation, creative briefs and scripting, touch points, your involvement. We are highlighting everything. We're also scheduling out these meetings at the end of every call that we have every week. So there isn't a question of when's the next time we're going to be talking to Blue Water? When's the next time we're doing this? When are we going to receive this? Everything is going to be scheduled out in accordance with this onboarding document that we have refined to a T over the years. Week 3, execution, fine-tuning. By the end of week 3, all creative assets will be approved and strategies will be in place. We are fully prepared for a smooth and impactful campaign launch. All of these are going to happen. This is the benefit of having multiple team members, is we're able to do all of these things simultaneously. We don't have to wait for this to get done, for the Google ads to be launched. Everybody's working hard to get these things done within this time frame. Week 4 and 5, final revisions and launch. So it's a ton of work in the beginning that results in amazing results ongoing. So we've launched campaigns. Within the onboarding, we also have all of our documents. This is our Facebook ads media planning template. So we have all of the SKUs that we've identified to have the highest margins, most amount of sales, going through and breaking apart budgets in accordance. From there, we have our campaign brief where you sign on. We go through all of these different questions: tone of voice, campaign concept statements, campaign exclusions, inspiration, stakeholders. From there, we then create briefs around the actual specific pieces of content that we're going to be creating, specific to a single SKU. So these are always going to be filled out once we onboard a client. From there, we have our amazing Google Ads strategy document where we're going through high-performing audience sets, data segments, bid strategies, various phases along those bid strategies, demographic targeting, at least from an observation standpoint in the very beginning, all of the keyword research, the structure of the campaigns, ad copy, headlines, descriptions, featured snippets, call-out extensions. All of these are, as you can see, sent to you for you to approve or disapprove all of these documents. Then, because we're running Google Merchant Center and Google Shopping ads, we're going to be doing all of the product titles, writing new product titles so that they appear in the free featured section within Google Shopping. And we're having all of these items reviewed with you. From there, we're going into Klaviyo automation. Here is our welcome flow SOP. 6 days, 6 emails. Down below are going to be all of the email copies for each and every one of them: abandoned checkout, post-purchase, win-back, and then our campaign calendar, which we're filling out based on how people are engaging with your brand in various events. So if you're looking for somebody, or you're looking for a framework for your ecom business and you're wondering how do these things all fit together, the key is to create an omni-channel strategy that aligns with your brand. There's so many more things that I could show you guys today. I'm not going to get too much into it. We're already 10, 12 minutes in, but that is what our onboarding process looks like. From there, once we hit that campaign launch, you are in our Slack so that we're having daily, just real-time communications. Depending on what plan you go with, we're having various calls. So weekly calls, bi-weekly calls, monthly calls, always to determine how effective your ads are doing. Now, the last thing I want to show you, the most important part of this, is that we are having our content calendar here for all of the different launches and things that we need to plan creative around. But most importantly, we are using our growth mapping. This is where we are looking at your daily Shopify revenue, your daily new customer revenue, your overall MER, and your new customer MER. What we want to make sure we're doing is acquiring new customers at a profitable level so that we can go back to the top level business P&L and make sure that we are hitting our KPIs from a financial standpoint. If you are just looking at ROAS, it does not paint a good enough picture for your brand. You have to be looking at these metrics: Shopify revenue, new customer revenue, overall MER, and new customer MER, so that when we get to a 4.29 new customer MER, we are able to scale to the moon. I really hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, leave a comment, ask me some questions. If you want to schedule a call with yours truly, click the link down below. We'll get something on the board. I'd love to be able to implement this for your brand, our system that scales e-com brands. See you guys in the next video.